Good morning, welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a slight tutorial today. I want to do a quick video on this envelope. If you noticed, I made it into a booklet. Well, I showed you that it can go into a booklet after you empty out the ephemera. So I actually did that to this one, stitched in, and now it's got a flap. And it's got a flap there, so you can put your ephemera in there. And what you can also do, if you really wanted to, is you turn this over and have it like that, which gives you a tuck under there as well as your tuck there. I hope that wasn't too close. Probably was, but anyway, you understand what I mean. So you got to tuck in there and a tuck in there because we've turned that over. But there it is. It's just gorgeous. I love it. I love it. How I achieved this, I'll count how many pages it's got on it. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's got 9 pages, so that gives you 18. That gives you 36 pages front to back in that. Isn't that cute? Okay, I'm going to show you how to make one. This is from, the digital is from Sampool. Okay, so how you make this is you get your 3D embossing folder. I don't know if it would work if it's not 3D. I'd say it would, except you'd have to really give it a good thing. And then what you do is you get some lace and sew it around. Now I'm leaving that hole because I'm going to use that for another project. So here's the other one, and what I did is I've cut into this envelope. Now what we want to do is distress it. So get your tea stains and distress it. I don't like that. I like, it's distressing, but I like it. Pulled all these out, and I prefer the other ones. Just hang on a second. I don't know what I've done. Oh, here you are. Oh, I prefer these because look, the sponge will actually, on the 3D ones, will work like magic. And I love it. I just love it. And what I do, I'm showing you these in case you ever receive a journal from me and it has something like this. This is what you do to them. I like decorating my envelopes. I like decorating baggies, and which I'll show you how to do that in the next video, so that you can actually then do them for your journals. And whatever we make up, these go into your journals, you know. Like this is a really good journal now, this little one that I made for writing in. She's got 36 pages because that journal actually sold. I still got the other memory keeper, but with this particular one that I put up on YouTube yesterday, I think it's called Rosemary. Well, Rosemary's got a lot of ephemera, and I'm going to show you how I did that ephemera. Most of you know how to make journals, but some of us do struggle with ephemera. I do struggle with ephemera. Some days I have some really bad days, you know, where whatever I do, it just doesn't want to happen for me. So there's that done. And then all you have to do is just run along the edges and do that. That'll be the front. Do that for there too, just in case. you want to use that as a tuck. But I'm not going to, because I like it as a flippy up. Okay. We're only decorating the cover because I'm sure you know how to put pages in it. But this is, and I think it's the largest one. And I think it's an A5. Now, also what you can do with these, before you actually put them through the embossing folder, print on them back to sides, and you can do that on any printer, and that's on your Epson printer. You can print on them. All you do, you reduce your print size to the I did it, I think, to letter size with mine, but I moved the and I used a print that was sort of neutral, you know, that had just flowers all over it. And then what I did is I reduced the size by letter size, and it's still printed on both sides of my envelope, and it come up really, really good. So what I'm doing is I decided, I'll show you the other journal. I decided to put decorations in this journal. It come out beautiful, that journal, and I love it. But I think people struggle with doing ephemera. So I'm going to use, am I going to use that one? Yeah, I will. We're going to use that one to decorate. So I just got some Edith Holden paper, you know, like the writing at the back, because that's what I had lying around. And I'm going to really give it a good ink. Then what I need is I'm just going to shade that a bit more, because it's just a little bit too white for me, and I like my stuff a little bit shaded. Okay, so we need that, and that, and we need more stuff. And I don't know what I did with it. I tuck things away when I really need them. So you don't need a big shot if you haven't got an embossing folder. All you need is a rolling pin and roll over it really hard, and that works just fine, they reckon. I haven't tried it myself. I guess it's something I need to try. Now I'm looking to find my paper, and it's disappeared, and I need this paper, or we're not going to achieve the results we want with what I've done with this. So that's what I've got to do. To achieve that results, I need this particular paper. And it's gone hiding. Who has all those issues, you know? You have the paper out and it's ready to go, and then it's gone. Like, I prepped for this today. Believe it or not, I prepped, and now I can't find what I need, which is quite annoying, because I can't be long on the video, and it's annoying when this happens. So I'm trying to see where it is, and it should be here. I just might pause you for a sec. Well, I couldn't find it, but I found some of this, and it might work, but we're going to give it a go. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll have to revideo it. So what I do, I scrunch it. It's wax paper for the kitchen, and I love it because it's got a lot of texture. Now, we're going to use this a lot in our projects in the next few weeks, and I love this stuff. And I don't know how this one will sew. The other one I use is much better, but this has got quite a bit of give in it, so it should be okay. So what I do is, firstly, I will glue this stuff down. And we need this because now the glue's giving me grief. Oh, I tell you, you start doing something and something happens, you know. Like you really, really want to do YouTube and something happens. But anyway, this should work. And I need a generous amount because I need it to scrunch up so I can get that cushioned effect. And then what I do is I get it and put it over this scrappy paper that I tore up to put my print on. And what we do, we just bring it in. That's all we do. But it's got no give, this one. The other one's a little bit better because it's not as hard. This is just a little bit, a tad too hard. But it's all right. It will do the job. I'm sure it will. I just like how it looks on a project. And I've been using this for some years, you know. I just think it's a good stuff to use. So I just move it in and, you know. So it's stuck there. And then we're going to get some... Don't tell me I've lost that stuff too. The other stuff I needed. Because I did another bit of work to my journal. And, well, we can use some of this. I don't know about you, but I love cheesecloth. And I normally open this up and then just spread it around the back of my journaling card. I honestly don't know what happened to all my stuff. I did have it. And honestly, there's no ghost here. I've been here long enough to know that much. But you don't know, do you? So, again, I'll just use a bit of glue just to hold it down. Now, honestly, be careful with this glue because it doesn't like sewing machines. Or sewing machines don't like it. And this stuff don't like me. I tell you. Anyway. So I'm going to put a little bit there. And spread my cheesecloth around it. The back of your journaling card. You know, I just like it hanging out of my just one side. And then I get this bridal stuff, and I normally have pink in my stash more than white, but I do use white. And again, I put a generous amount. And I put that on. And then a generous amount of glue. And normally I center it more than anything because I won't be sewing on the center. Well, I hope not. I doubt it. And I'm going to, because I like it framed by the... It's not working as good as the other one, but it'll still be okay. So you just make sure the center is stuck down. Then I get a word or a price tag or whatever. And I'm going to use some of this stuff. Love this doily stuff, you know. I just get it and cut into it. And I chop that in half because we don't need it all, because it'd be a waste. I need some more of this stuff, the bridal stuff, and that goes there. And then I look for my, I love this stuff, some type of hessian, and I love it. I got it when I was thrifting. And I think I've got a piece cut up here for this purpose, and I have. So, I'm going to glue it in the center. and I love it, you know. What I like about this type of Hessian stuff is it frays beautifully, and the beauty of it is it looks grungy. And so we've got my beautiful thing hanging. So I'm going to take this all to my sewing machine and I'll be back. So I'll pause you for a minute. So there it is there, and look at that. See how cushiony it is? And I sewed around the word or the number. Your sewing machine can handle it, like mine does. Just be careful with the glues. And then what I do, I fray my little Hessian, because it frays beautifully. And I'm just going to come on each time and teach you how I do these things for my memory keeper journals. Right, so we need, did I put, I did on the ribbon. That's all right. So I normally glue it all down. Might pay you to just distress your waxed paper that you used, because you can use waxed paper if you haven't got parchment. You know, the wax paper, the baking paper, laugh out loud. The things I used for my junking. But it's only by accident I come across it some time ago, and I tell you, it is brilliant. It really is a brilliant accident. So I've been doing it for quite some time now, and I love this cushiony effect. So I'll come on each time and I'll teach you little layering tips and stuff like that, so you can see how cute we can get these little journals. So look at that. It's just real cushiony, and I love it. Now, I'll make sure I glue it under there. So I just go around and then just fix it up a little bit. Doesn't need much fixing, believe me, because it looks good. There, and then I had a little, well, I did have something I wanted to use, and I've lost it. Now what do I do with it? Do you know, sometimes I just wonder if there's a ghost in here, but we might do something a little different with this one. So I'm just going to get this beautiful thing. It's got yellow, and I've used yellow thread. And then I'm just going to get a vintage, look at this, button. And this has got a vintage one in the other booklet. I'll show you on the ties. So I'm going to put this little vintage button on first before I attach the flower, just to give it a little bit of oomph. I'm just, now I can't open it. I don't know how many ladies have as much issues as me when I do a tutorial. It takes me forever to upload, you know, like it really is an issue. So what I do, I put my little flower first, or you can put a bit of lace. It doesn't have to be a flower. I just like being a little bit, I suppose, a bit on the dramatic side with things. And that will finish that off. Because you've got that there. And you've got the bridal lace there. So now you just need a generous amount of glue. And if you really wanted to make it interesting, you can put that other piece of lace, which I'm just doing, and it means I've got to put some more glue down. And look, use fabric glue for this. It will hold. Glues can be temperamental, but I got it. So now it's got its daffodil on there, a bit of lace, and it's got a vintage button. And it looks cute as. There it is. And then all you need is to get your pages. And what I did, I cut down to size, well, it's got 36 pages. So I did 18 pages from one sheet of A4 paper. And I used other stuff there, you know, like you can use a printed one. That's gorgeous. Then there's parchment. So 18 page. And then I just got my sewing machine, and you can see I sewed down the middle. That's all I had to do. And then that way you've got a blind stitch, you know, you haven't got... I find yellow works for me because it doesn't stand out a mile. Pardon me, it looks good. And I tied the button on the ribbon with this one. And I love it. It's because it's got so much going on with the front of it. I don't want to distract from that. And it's got the little blue ticket there. So when we come back next time, I'm going to show you, because everything that went in the envelope per se, that's the word I'm looking for, I have taken out, and what I've done is I've put all the ephemera in a baggie. And there's all the ephemera that belonged in my beautiful journal. And what I did is I decorated this bag. So next time I come on, we're going to learn how to decorate a brown paper bag. So I might do this in a couple of days. Now, everything's decorated. And then I'll come on and show you how to make the little booklets, how to decorate them smartly, how to decorate the journaling cards, even without bridal lace. You know, we just use bits and pieces that's in our stash. But that baggie is what we're going to do next. So there you go. There's our little journal for my next journal. There's the one that's going out in the post in the next couple of days. I just think it's terribly sweet. I love the shoes in this one. So I hope you like it, and sorry I'm mucking around and all that, but when you see me next up, we'll have the pages, because everybody knows how to sew in pages. Now, if you haven't got a sewing machine, you might have to cross-stitch this all by hand before you stick it down to the envelope. But this is gorgeous. I love it. I love the way it turned out. It's cute as. So you'll see me next when we make up the baggies. Love that lace too. Bye for now. Have a good weekend.